And let's change the view again. Right now that's actually in the center of it. Now what we want to do is we want to extrude this. If you look down here in the bottom right hand window, let's look at that one again. Let's zoom in and hit the space bar again. Select, make sure the points mode is selected. Let's turn symmetry off and let's select all of these points. E for extrude, T for move, and let's get out of this window for a minute. And let's move these points with the move tool. While holding down move tool. And let's look at the top view here. So let's kind of give this one louver here some curvature. Select E again and it extends it even more. E again. E and move. E and move. And see we've got like a little curvature there. And let's select here in the gray to deselect it. We're going to add a little taper to it now. So let's go to modify taper. And let's go here to the back view and place the cursor on the Y0 and move it in an upward motion to give it a little taper. Now let's actually stretch that. Let's go to the modify tool and let's select stretch and place it right on the Y0 and let's stretch it down and let's kind of shorten it a little bit. Let's make it a little smaller there. Okay, alrighty. So now let's look at this. Zoom in on the perspective window and let's see here. Okay, we've got half of our geometry is flipped. So let's turn this on by itself so we can look at that. Let's zoom in on it. Let's go to single window mode. And you'll run into this, every now and then when you're tinkering around with geometry here. And what I want is all of these polygons to be flipped outward. So let's go to a different view here. Let's move that out. Let's go to texture wire so we can see our polygons. And the bottom half of them are pretty much invisible. And so they're actually flipped out until you rotate them around and you can see them on the other side. So let's go to the right view. Let's look at that. Let's zoom way in on it so we can kind of see what we're doing. We're going to select, go to the polygon mode again. And if you notice, this little cage here, they want to get rid of that. Let's get rid of it because we no longer need that. Let's see if we can find it here. Let's rotate around. And let's just delete it and select it again. Oh, wrong one. There's another one here on the end somewhere. Okay, let's deselect this. And there it is. It's still highlighted. Let's delete that. Okay. We don't need that. And let's get rid of all these polygons in the inside here. We don't need that. We're not going to see that. That's just extra geometry that we don't need to see. I mean, that we don't need to have Lightwave try to generate. So let's select these, and I don't want to delete that. Okay, now we've got all of those deleted. Alrighty. Now let's zoom in on this so we can see where we have to make our selection. Alrighty. It's right here at the center, because if you notice, half of this looks like it's disappeared, but we're going to select all those polygons. Let's use the right window here at the bottom. Let's open that up, and let's select F2 again to make sure that we're centered. T for move again. Let's move this to the right, and let's select this bottom half here, and let's get right above the halfway point. Let's go back to quad mode where we see all of, now that bottom half of polygons are selected. Let's zoom in on it so you can get a better look at it. I'll select the F key, and while selecting the F key, look here at the right upper hand perspective window. When you press F, all the polygons are flipped outward now. And let's tab that to see how it's going to look. Tab. And there's one mag that we've created. Let's leave that like it is. We're going to keep that curve there. And now let's turn some of these other layers on so we can kind of see where we are. Because what we're going to do is we're going to create an array. An array is a great tool to use when you want to create multiple objects within the same layer. We want to create some of these mags here around a in a round perfect circle. So let's zoom out and let's rotate this around. Let's zoom out again. Now let's stretch this. Let's go to the Modify tab and select Stretch, and let's stretch the top view where we're stretching it to the where it touches the rim. Let's move it a little bit. T for move, hold down the control key. Let's move it just a little past the rim. And let's turn the rim on so we can see how it correlates with that. And turn the texture off for now. Alrighty. And if you look close, you see we gave our mag rim here a little bevel. So now what we want to do, we want to just select that little mag, that single mag, and we're going to go to the, let's select A to put everything in the view window so we can see everything. And I'm going to go to the Multiply tab, and we're going to where it says Duplicate, and we're going to select Array. Now it defaults to the y-axis. Let's select radial, and what axis do we want to put it on? If you look down here, well, let's look at the perspective window. Well, cancel it. Let's get out of that for now so I can show you which axis that'll be running down. So if you notice, if you can zoom in, you see this little X here. So that's running in the X-axis. So that's where we want to create our array around. We want to create our array of mags around that axis, around the X-axis. So let's go to Array again, select Radial, and select X. and the amount or the number of mags we want. Let's do 7. Okay, and click OK. And if you notice, it created all of that for you that quickly. So let's hold down the Shift key and select these layers again, and it's starting to look like a tire. You can kind of fine-tune the inside of the mag